All right, it is Tuesday, and that means it is time for Tuesday tier rankings where we look at every starting quarterback from week 12, only week 12 in the NFL, and we put them into one of these five categories: great, good, fine, poor, or trash. A lot of quarterbacks had the week off for bye weeks, but we will look at every quarterback that played, and at the end of the year, we will see who spent the most time in each category, starting with the NFC East and Cooper Rush. Now, I said last week about Cooper Rush, even when they looked bad and lost against Houston, I still thought Cooper Rush was fine for the situation he was in. This week, the Cowboys won a crazy game, and doggone it, I thought Cooper Rush was good. He's a backup quarterback who has been put into this situation. He's on, in my opinion, a mostly bad team. Just a dumpster fire of a situation with, the things that were being said by Jerry Jones. And now Cooper Rush comes in and he plays a good game and beats a team that they were not supposed to beat on the road. Good for Cooper Rush. I thought he was good. Jaden Daniels on the other side of that game, I thought Jaden Daniels was good too. Jaden Daniels, the Commanders as a whole have fallen off a little bit. They've lost 3 games in a row. I hope they lose 4 games in a row because my team's coming to town this Sunday, the Titans. But I still think Jaden Daniels was good. I mean, obviously, the pass to Terry McLaurin to score that late touchdown, he can't help the fact that the Commanders' special teams was awful on Sunday. But I think Jaden Daniels did enough to win this game. The late game heroics and then the special teams came up short. So I think still that Jaden Daniels was good. Tommy DeVito with the Giants. Now listen, the Giants are terrible. I think the locker room is in disarray because of how everything went with Daniel Jones. Some people will disagree. Considering the situation, I thought DeVito was fine, and I understand. The Giants got killed, but I am giving this an asterisk. In terms of Tommy DeVito, I'm giving it an asterisk. What a horrible situation to have to walk into. Your team, like I said, locker room's in disarray. Guys are unhappy with the way that this whole Daniel Jones thing went down. You're playing a stout Tampa Bay team. You're already not good anyway. The roster's not good. Tommy DeVito is not a starting level NFL quarterback. The Giants may very well not win a game the rest of the season. But for the situation he was put into, I thought Tommy DeVito was fine. He was not a disaster. The Giants are a disaster, but DeVito, I think, did the best he could under the terrible circumstances he was given. Last but not least in the NFC East is Jalen Hurts. His team looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. Eagles get a big win over the the Rams on Sunday Night Football. Some people are going to say I'm ranking him too low. I thought Jalen was fine. And that's okay. He didn't need to be any more than fine because he has Saquon Barkley on his team who went for 255 yards. Like, if you got a guy at running back doing that, you can get away with just being fine. Who cares if you just were fine? That's all you needed to be. You got Saquon Barkley going for 255? All you got to do at that point is not screw anything up. And Jalen did a good job of that. I think Jalen Hurts has overall this season been playing better than people have given him credit for. But in this game, I'm going to say he was fine. And that's all he needed to be. Drake May. I think Drake May has been good most every week he's been in. He's on a bad team. The Patriots have a bad roster. They have a bad team. Not sure coaching-wise what's going on there. They need to do a lot. And they're probably going to have a top 5 pick to do it. They need to do a lot to help Drake May. But I think Drake May has really been good since he stepped in. He needs a better roster around him. But I think Drake May, you got a lot to be excited about. if you're a Patriots fan going into next season, because this guy looks like he may very well be the real deal. Time will tell, but I thought Drake May was good. Tua Tagovailoa on the other side, nobody talking about this enough. I thought Tua was great again. There you go. I thought Tua was great again. This is 2 weeks in a row he's been great. 4 touchdowns, racking up all. And listen, I know they played the Raiders and then they played the Patriots. So yes, if you want to give it that asterisk these last 2 weeks when he's been putting up these great numbers, it is against 2 of the worst teams in the NFL. But still, Tua's been great. The Dolphins are considerably better with him, and the Dolphins are not dead by a long shot when it comes to that AFC wildcard race. Tua playing well, Dolphins playing well. I think Tua has been great the last couple of weeks. Let's jump over to the NFC North with Caleb Williams. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. I don't think Caleb Williams is in a good situation right now in Chicago. Coaching-wise, I don't think it's a good situation. I think there are some attitude issues on this team. I think there are some protection issues on the offensive line. But I thought Caleb did everything he could to get this team back in this game on Sunday. I thought Caleb was great. I really did think that Caleb Williams was great in this game. Made some throws that were pretty unbelievable. Got them back to tie this game and send it to overtime. Another heartbreaking loss for the Bears, yes. But Caleb Williams, a lot to be encouraged about with him personally. Even in defeat, I thought Caleb Williams was great. And then on the other sideline, you had Sam Darnold with the Vikings. And let's be honest, Sam Darnold, not as fun to talk about as Caleb Williams. You got the rookie number 1 pick versus the guy who just got thrust into this position. But dang it, I thought Sam Darnold was great too. I really did. I think the Vikings are a first-round exit in the playoffs just because at the end of the day, I don't trust Sam Darnold in the playoffs at all. But I thought Darnold was great. With all of the momentum going Chicago's way, he led them down there to win the game in overtime. Played very well. And against a good Bears defense, I thought Sam Darnold was great. Jared Goff. I guess I'd say Goff was good this week. Goff was good. They beat the Colts 24-6. Lions, I think, are still absolutely the best team in the NFL. And yeah, this was a by-the-books game for Jared Goff. It wasn't one of these 5 touchdown games like he's been having, but didn't make any huge mistakes. This was a by-the-books victory for the Detroit Lions. Not as entertaining as some of the others, but still convincing. And I thought Jared Goff was good. Jordan Love. I say it every week when I talk about Jordan Love. He still scares me to death for Green Bay. And you have to keep in mind, he has some help from his running back, similar to Jalen Hurts. Josh Jacobs had over 100 yards in this game on Sunday against the 49ers. I don't know. It just feels very identical to Jalen Hurts. And I put Jalen Hurts into the fine category. So I guess I'll put Jordan Love there as well. I think that, leaning on those running backs, Saquon, obviously, but Josh Jacobs as well. I thought Jordan Love, I guess I'll put him into fine. The Packers destroyed the 49ers, so it's kind of the same as Jalen Hurts. I don't think Jordan Love needed to be anything more than fine. I thought he was, the 49ers are not nearly as good as we thought they would be, but the Packers, when you got Josh Jacobs going for over 100, the defense looks good, making plays all over the place. Hey, just don't do anything dumb. And Jordan Love didn't do anything dumb, neither did Jalen Hurts. And so I think he was fine. Jameis Winston with the Browns. Man, I hope I get as excited to do anything as Jameis Winston gets to play in the snow. This guy is just, giddy. He's like a kid on Christmas. The Browns won. Obviously, the weather conditions played a role. You got to remember, he's a backup quarterback. I just feel bad because I put Hurts and Love into the fine category. Am I really going to put Winston into good? Sure. I think Jameis was good. To go down and win that game in those conditions against a team that's better than you, yeah, I thought Jameis was good. Russell Wilson, I'm going to say he was good too. And I realize people will say, how could you say he was better than Hurts and Love? I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that the weather conditions he was playing in, I know they lost, but he kept them in the game in like a blizzard. So, sure, I thought Wilson was good in this game to keep them around. I thought Jameis was good too. Wilson probably played better than Jameis overall, but Jameis led him down there at the end to win. Lamar Jackson, thought Lamar was good. He's able to do things that nobody else can do. I mean, even when his numbers don't blow you away on the box score, you watch the game and it's like, God, some of these throws, the way he's able to extend plays, when he gets out in open space, I mean, it's just there's nobody else like him. Brandon Allen. Similar to Tommy DeVito, I thought he was fine. I need to have another tier or something because Jordan Love and Jalen Hurts were fine in a much different way than Tommy DeVito and Brandon Allen. Because Tommy DeVito and Brandon Allen, I say they were fine because they were put into tough situations, against good teams. Your team doesn't have any momentum at all. You've got to go in there. I mean, Brandon Allen, he didn't do anything disastrous. He didn't do anything really to help him win, but he didn't do anything disastrous. I think I give a lot of grace to these backup quarterbacks coming in against good teams like DeVito and Brandon Allen did. You know what? I'll take Brandon Allen down to poor. I guess. He's in a better situation than DeVito. You can get away with putting DeVito into fine just because DeVito's in such a bad position. Kyler Murray, I mean, I thought Kyler was poor. And I'll tell you why I thought Kyler was poor. Because the Cardinals had so much momentum. It felt like maybe their division for the taking. And then he just came out and the Cardinals laid an egg. He laid an egg. Got beat by a Seahawks team that they should be better than. And, this has always been my complaint about Kyler is just how inconsistent he is. There are times where he does amazing things on the field and you're just wanting him to put it together consistently, and he can't. He won't. You got Marvin Harrison, and it's like you don't want to throw to him. Matt Stafford. I thought Stafford was good. I know there are Eagles fans just wanting to throw their phone across the room because I have Hurts in fine and Stafford in good, and Hurts team won. But Hurts had Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley is not a human being. Saquon Barkley is a machine. Saquon Barkley is who carried the Eagles to this victory. Stafford I still thought was good. I still think that Matthew Stafford has been playing at a high level all season. Geno Smith. Geno's good. A lot of guys in the good category, but Geno's good. I think that against all odds, the Seahawks control their destiny. They're at the top of that division. I think they're in sole possession of first place. And Geno, he's clutch. He makes the throws when he needs to. Good for him. Resurrecting his career there. Good for the Seahawks. Bo Nix. Thought Bo was great. Bo Nix. I mean, I'm telling you, if Jaden Daniels starts slacking off, Bo Nix could be the offensive rookie of the year. I mean, honestly, he's so much better than I expected. Even in the first month of the season, he has come along so fast and he has developed so fast that, yeah, I think Bo Nix just might lead the Broncos to the playoffs. Gardner Minshew broke his collarbone. I don't want to kick a guy when he's down, but I thought he was poor. I thought Gardner Minshew was poor in this game. Obviously, they went with Desmond Ridder at the end when Minshew got hurt, but I will also give Minshew the benefit of the doubt that he is just on a terrible football team. The Raiders are so bad. They need a lot of help. And so, Minshew was poor. Justin Herbert. I'm going to put Herbert into fine. Quentin Johnson. I mean, I'll give Justin Herbert this. He's got Quentin Johnson out there, Johnston, who couldn't catch a pass to save his life on Monday Night Football. I mean, for any Chargers fans watching, is that how that guy has been playing all year? Or was this just a one-time thing? I mean, what in the world? He couldn't catch anything. I still thought Justin Herbert was fine. I think the Chargers will be fine. Patrick Mahomes. Some people will roll their eyes. I thought Mahomes was great. I know it's against Carolina, and people feel like Kansas City should destroy Carolina, but this is the NFL. I mean, any given week, Mahomes led him down there. He threw a few touchdowns, led him down there at the end to kick the game-winning field goal. I don't know what more you could ask from the guy. I know it's against Carolina. People question whether Kansas City's fraudulent or not. This is the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. The word fraudulent, I don't know. I don't know if that applies. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield. Yeah, putting a lot of guys in the good category, but I thought Baker was good. Playing a bad Giants team, but, Baker's just fun to watch. He's tough, he's gritty, he's got attitude, makes good throws, does a whole lot more good than bad. So I thought that Baker was good. Bryce Young. Let me tell you something, man. Bryce Young was flat out good. And I think this had to have been his best performance in the NFL that he's had. I mean, he led the Panthers down there to tie the Chiefs at the end of the game. So even though the Panthers lost, it really doesn't feel like a loss because, Bryce Young, I think they've got to run it back with him next year. Get some guys in here to help him. He's improving. He's getting better. Anthony Richardson, I sure didn't do anything special. I guess he was fine. I guess Anthony Richardson was fine. He was playing Detroit, best team in the league. He's still good running the ball. Not a very accurate passer, but I guess Richardson was fine. CJ Stroud, listen. Yes, his offensive line is not very good. Blah, blah, blah. Severe regression for CJ Stroud in year 2. I'm not saying he can't get it together and figure it out, but he threw 2 interceptions against my Titans that were awful. Awful. And it ain't the offensive line's fault, and it ain't the offensive coordinator's fault. It's his fault. He threw the passes. So I'm going to put CJ Stroud into fine. I'm going to say Stroud was fine, but for the situation they were in, playing a 2-8 team at home, they needed him to be a heck of a lot better than fine. Because I'm tempted to put him into poor. I'm tempted to put CJ Stroud into the poor category. Not good. You know what? Dang it. I'm putting him into poor. I'm putting CJ Stroud into poor. Because I judge this by situation. That's why I put Tommy DeVito into fine. Because the situation he was in. That's why I put Cooper Rush into good. Because of the situation he was in. For the situation you're in, supposed to be a contender, was told in the offseason that Houston was going to be a real threat to get to the Super Bowl. You're at home, 7-4 at home against the lowly Tennessee Titans. And you play like you did, poor. Will Levis. Had a pick six, it was awful, but Will Levis was good. Will, by God, Levis was good against the Houston Texans. The highest he's ever been on this list. He was trash or poor for most. I said he was good last week. But he was really good this week. Played really well against Houston. Had the pick six, and that's what everybody's going to talk about because it's more fun to make jokes about him. But he was good on Sunday. We'll see if he keeps it up. Oh, I feel like this is the most controversial tier ranking that we've done yet. So let's recap. In the great category, Tua Tagovailoa, Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, Bo Nix, and Patrick Mahomes. In the good category, a lot of guys. Cooper Rush, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Jared Goff, Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Matt Stafford, Geno Smith, Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, and Will Levis. A lot of guys. In the fine category, this is the controversial one. In the fine category, Tommy DeVito, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, and Anthony Richardson. In the poor category, Brandon Allen, Kyler Murray, Gardner Minshew, and CJ Stroud. And nobody in the trash this week. Nobody in the trash. Oh, let me hear from you. Eagles fans especially. God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving. Bye.